وهب لي حكما وألحقني بالصالحين واجعل لي لسان صدق في الآخرين.
الإسلام ديننا والكعبة قبلتنا. الإسلام ديننا الكعبة قبلتنا. الإسلام ديننا الكعبة قبلتنا.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. One of the benefits of fasting is that it strengthens the immune system of our body. A study was published over 2 decades ago had noted that famine victims in Africa were less likely to develop malaria and TB than their better fed counterparts in refugee camps. Fasting may also reverse the aging process considerably. In research studies on laboratory animals, it has been demonstrated that a restriction of caloric intake increases longevity, slows the rate of functional decline, and reduces incidence of age-related disease in a variety of species. Although the mechanisms of action of caloric restriction is not clear, it could perhaps be due to alteration in cellular functions in such a way that destructive byproducts of metabolism are reduced, and defense or repair systems are enhanced by this nutritional manipulation. Another research was published in the February 1996 issue Ahlan wa Sahlan Saudi Arabia, which was carried out by Dr. Osama Kandil at the medical school of the prestigious Harvard University. In this research, Dr. Osama Kandil and his associate scientists compared the influences of fasting on the immune system of cancer patients suffering from immune deficiency. In one group, he compared the natural killer cell count in their bodies and their efficiency in attacking cancer cell before the group embarked on fasting, as compared with their efficiency on the 21st day of Ramadan and the 28th day of the month. The results were remarkable. Fasting greatly increased the number and activity of these killer cells in those fasting patients. Dr. Osama Kandil also compared the ratio of other defense cells of the immune system in both healthy and immune subjects, including a sample of those who fasted in the month of Ramadan and those who did not. It is surprising to note that he observed a sudden increase in the number of the T cells, and this happened only in those who fasted. And of these cells, the helper T cells had the highest increase. It must be noted that helper T cells are the most important group of cells in the defense system of human body because they act like army general and control other cells of the immune system and organize the battle against invading germs. The AIDS virus and its collaborators are a killer because they target these T cells. Hence, fasting enhances the defense system of the human body to better fight the germs. Fasting overhauls and rejuvenates the body and gives it new strengths. This phenomenon of rejuvenation through fasting can be observed in other creatures in nature. Dr. Jeffrey, a non-Muslim European, has made interesting observations regarding this matter in his book Fasting. published in Paris. He argues in his book that fasting is observed not only by human beings, but by all creatures in nature, including animals and trees. Wild animals in the regions of heavy snowfall go without food for weeks and months, and they still survive. This process is known as hibernation. Similarly, snakes hibernate during winter. This state of abstention from food and drink, that is, the state of fasting, results in rejuvenation and a renewal of life. Hibernating animals shed their old skin or feathers, and the new ones are fresher and better, and hence they experienced new youth. Fasting gives them greater strength and vigor. Similarly, trees shed their leaves during winter when they are not watered. They are in a state of fast, and this condition lasts for weeks or months. At the end of their fasting season, new leaves sprout forth, fresh flowers bloom, and the trees bear fruit. In the light of this evidence, Dr. Jeffrey argues that fasting is good for human beings. It helps give them health, renewed vigor, beauty, and virility. At the end of his book, the author suggests that every year people must fast for about 40 days. It is interesting to note that when we add the 6 days of Shawwal fast to the 30 days of Ramadan fast, they come out to be 36. The wisdom of fasting for about 40 days, as it has now been understood by Dr. Jeffrey, is known to the Muslims for more than 1,400 years. Religions before Islam also had the concept of fasting in them, as mentioned in the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 183. However, fasting in some religions involved eating only fruits during fasting, whereas in some religions it was limited to avoiding eating of meals cooked on fire. Some religions had the permission of drinking only milk during fasting, while the others had the authorization of drinking only water during fasting hours. In addition, in all the previous religions, the idea of fasting was more of penitence than of abstinence. Since Islam is the universal religion, the concept of fasting in Islam is more broader than any other religion. Islam commands its followers to have complete abstinence from eating or drinking from sunrise to sunset. This in reality is in accordance with the Islamic philosophy of good and evil, that is, nip the evil in the bud. Islam does not leave loopholes or back doors in its commandments for prohibited acts to enter. This is obvious in every Islamic teaching. For example, Ab, Father, was one of the names of Allah in almost all the micro-primitive religions, as well as in Christianity and Judaism. However, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, abrogated that name for us to call upon in our prayers. The reason is quite obvious. Polytheism and anthropomorphism crept into the creed of Christianity through this door. Allahumma ballighna Ramadan, Allahumma ballighna Ramadan, until we meet again.
قد عظمت فللأمجاد بانيها ومن يسعى إلى العليا سيدرك